Good evening and welcome to Lapus 210. Good evening, I'm Toby and this is Lapus 210. Let me talk a little about what Lapus 210 is. Lapus 210 is going to be a different concept slightly than other Second Amendment or philosophy of use, as Nut and Fancy says, or the concept of operation that you see from other channels. The idea is not to simply shoot guns at the range or dress up and run around and have explosions and music playing. The idea is really to focus more on the concept of a particular subject and then analyze its application. While we go through all of this, and we're going through different weapons or equipment or philosophy of use, as Nut and Fancy says, right? The concept and the application, as I like to say, let's focus more on how we're going to use the equipment and what it's for, and not just shooting at the range. There are a lot of great channels that show you them shooting the weapons and taking you through the weapon, breaking it down. I want to focus more on how the weapon's set up, or how the equipment's set up. Why do I want to buy this piece of equipment over this piece of equipment, or this weapon over this weapon? We want to give you a little bit more of the methodology, if you will, the concept of operation on this weapon. And we really want to focus more on its cognitive application than we wanted to focus on just the action. The action part's simple. Take it off safe, pull the trigger and start shooting. Okay, but how do I set this particular piece of equipment up or weapon up that's going to best benefit my needs? That's the idea behind Lapus 210. We want to focus on you, the everyday person. For all my peers out there that I work with and other peers that I don't work with within the community, I'm not really bringing a lot to them. They're already professionals. This is for the common person who wants to figure out what they need for their application. But before we go further into that and other videos, let's talk about why you should even trust what I have to say. Again, what I share with you, you can rest assured that it's factual, and there's also going to be some conjecture or opinion involved. I'm not going to lie about anything. I'm not going to misconstrue. I'm going to give it to you straight. But I'm also going to give you my opinion. As long as we're not violating certain principles, then at that point, it is just opinion after that. Nothing I say is the end-all be-all, but I want to give it to you in a manner that is honest and straightforward, that's not burning with my own personal opinions, and you can take that and you can apply it as needed. So who am I? Well, my name is Toby. I did 21 years in the military, of which 14 were active, and another 7 were in National Guard after I left active duty. I've also worked on the another side of the house with the U.S. government as well, and the contractor side. I really won't elaborate more on that. I started out in Marine reconnaissance, and then from there went on to do the SF thing in the Army in active duty. I was at 1st Group, and then after I left active duty, went to 19th Group and deployed twice with 3rd Group out of there. From that point, I also started working with the U.S. government on other stuff. And I did that for well over 10 years. I've been doing it for a long time. So working on the private side as well has allowed me some access to other training and opportunities and tactical concepts and application that I wouldn't have had otherwise. So it's been a wonderful experience. So as total, you could say I'm right now about 28 years within the military and special operations community. Again, I don't think anything of myself. I'm just a simple guy making my way through this universe. But I do want to share with all of you my experiences, my successes, my failures, and how that can apply to the weapons and equipment that you're looking to purchase. Buying this equipment as you go along, it can get very pricey. It can get very time consuming, and there can be a lot of regulations and red tape to deal with as well. So if I can aid in that process, if I can help in any way possible and provide you with some different perspective, again, from my failures and successes, that's what I'd like to do. We're leaving my ego outside of the studio and bringing you only my humility and my experiences. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope that this is a good introduction so you get an idea of who I am. You can look me up. I've worked with Recoil Off Grid, Defense Review, and had articles posted on Soldier Systems, Recoil, and some other places. So you can find me online, not an issue. And I really hope that we can bring you some good material, some good information, and good learning. And again, help support all the people who've helped support me.